Well, hey, everybody, it is Wednesday. It is time for Hammer Away, and my kitty cat is here just, like, purring away. I guess he missed me today. As you can see here on the screen,
Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
Can you dig it?
So begins
Dig it?
the deep dive into Iron Maiden. And we have a little more today. What do you know about that? So let's take this off here. Hello, how's it going? Things are kind of a little messy today. I got things that are happening and things that are just crazy as usual. But that's just the way it goes. And so much so that we're going to get a little taller here. Look at that. There's my outfit for today. You see it matches what's on the screen. This was also my outfit for the Barry Manilow concert recently because it's so apropos. What is going on? Metal Torso, how is it? Which I always have to throw the Rob Halford thing on it. Metal Torso. Nothing like metal. Saboteur, what's going on? Today is I don't know if anybody else is like this today. I'm like wiped out. I don't know if everybody else is truly awake or not. But woof. I wasn't necessarily going to start into the Iron Maiden thing just yet, but I am going to because I found this list that I don't know. Let's see how. Oh, doing some working and lurking. See, we can put that on there too. Working and lurking. But here's the thing. I found this. I've been a Maiden fan since 1982, when Number of the Beast came out, and I will share with you different things on another volume of this. But today, I just kind of wanted to get started with an article that I was checking out from the internet about Iron Maiden songs. So if you can believe this, I'm impressed by this, by the fact that this exists. Loudwire really, got into something here, something that I need to check out. The one thing that they did post, this was interesting to me, because it was in 1981. When Iron Maiden's first show with Bruce Dickinson was on October 26th, 1981. And they had the set list listed out here. It was Sanctuary, Purgatory, Wrathchild, Twilight Zone, Remember Tomorrow. And this live appearance appears on the Best of B-Sides compilation. Genghis Khan, Killers, Another Life, Innocent Exile, Running Free, Murders in the Rue Morgue, Phantom of the Opera, and Iron Maiden. Then they had an encore of Transylvania and Drifter. And then encore 2, they did Prowler, and they still wanted more. So they went ahead and did a third encore, and they did their cover of Montrose's I've Got the Fire. Not I've Got the Fire, it's I Got the Fire. It looks like it was on VHS, but what I will do, let me see if I can copy this. I'm going to copy, I don't want to copy that. I want to copy where it is, but evidently it's on YouTube, so you can check out the first gig. So check that out. It's Iron Maiden, the #1 ST Bruce gig, 1981. Somebody converted it from VHS. I just wonder if it's on any of my stuff that I've got. Anyway, I'll see. Let me click on. I probably shouldn't click on this. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great footage, but I'm going to do the video URL, and then what I'll do is drop it in for you guys, and you can check it out. All right. So I'm going to drop this right in here. because I'm going to be watching this later. I've got all kinds of Maiden stuff. Maiden is probably, it is my favorite band. And just, I think it's something that is all around for me. It's the artwork, it's the albums, it's the music, it's the members of the band, it's the how they've gotten such great popularity with such an awesome fan base, without hardly having anything on the radio. There's a couple things over the years, but they've had this career going for a long time, and there's stuff, and now, of course, with Sirius Radio, all this kind of stuff, there's stuff out there. Now, I also have to get some information further on a place here in town that is a heavy metal pizzeria thing. Also, I found out my wife went to a breakfast Sunday morning at a place where they had a metal breakfast. How cool is that? I don't know how I don't know about this. This one place is called Bat something. And it's a pizza place. And I'll see if I can is that it? Headless Bat? Yeah, Headless Bat. I don't know. That might be it. I don't know. So yep, heavy metal, pizza, pinball, and puppies. I guess you can take your dog there. Welcome to the Headless Bat. Zoinks. Yeah, the owner's holding his Rottweiler. So I'll put that link in here too. So if you guys ever want to, if you're pulling through St. Louis and you want to check out a heavy metal pizza joint, there it is. Oops, what happened to my, what did I do? Nope, there it is. So I'll put it back in. I'll put that in here so you can check that out. And I'll get you information on the metal breakfast as well. So yeah, if I go back to this article, the Headless Bat features some of owner Rick Giordano. Oh, Giordano's favorite things: heavy metal and horror themed posters, pinball machines, a life-size ceramic sculpture of a tiger, and an occasional appearance by his playful Rottweiler puppy Debbie. The meticulously polished pizzeria and bar held its soft opening in Tower Grove South in December. When was this published? This is from January. Yeah, so it was last December. Quickly selling out of Giordano's thin crust pies, which he spent the past year perfecting. All right. So that's a place you can check it out. You can see a picture of the place, and that's pretty cool. I got to get down there, evidently. I'm going to be hanging by myself for a couple of days, so maybe I run down there and do that, and we'll do a video from there, and I'll show it to you guys on a lightning news flash. How about that? All right, so that sounds cool. Fantastic. What a little surprise that was. Yeah, right? Yeah, I'll take some pictures. I'll get you guys some pictures, and I'll definitely get an interview with him as well, Mr. Giordano. So, yeah. All right. We also have an unboxing to talk about, or to do, shall I say. But let's get on with this article. So there's a couple of things that I was looking for some Maiden stuff because I'm putting together. I will show you one thing. I did bring one thing over, and I may have shown you this before, but this is where my actually my Iron Maiden thing began. It wasn't with hearing their song on the radio. It was more about going into a record store, looking for display stuff, and I saw this thing in their back area. I'm trying to remember what the store was. It was in Peoria, but it wasn't a Co-op Tapes and Records, and it was on University, and it was right by a radio station. And it's where, remember when I told you about the 8 tracks, the Judas Priest 8 tracks? That's the same record store. Maybe it's called Sound and something. Nonetheless, I went there looking for some display stuff. I used to ask for it all the time, and I've got plenty of it left. I would love to put it up, but one day we'll see what happens. Anyway, I found this April Wine piece. They had the Nature of the Beast display piece. And so I was like, yes, I would like to have that. But then they said, I looked back there, I go, what is that? And here was this, I believe it was probably folded in half, looked like this, right? And they pull it out, and it is a big, huge Killers display. And I about flipped. I was like, what is that? And they go, yeah, do you want it? I go, yes, I do want that. So that's how it all started with me with Iron Maiden. And then came Run to the Hills with the singer change. But I didn't know anything about that, right? So I went to buy Number of the Beast at the record store. And then I was like, do you have anything else? Well, they had Made in Japan on cassette. So I bought it, and then I listened to it, and I'm like, boy, this does not sound like the same singer. This is totally different. So it kind of took me off guard. But there it was. Eddie, yeah. So it was really cool getting into that and knowing about it. And then came Number of the Beast, and then it snowballed from there. So I bought the first 2 albums and did all that stuff. I'll come back through this. This will be all part of the big story. But I wanted to show you that because I have this big, huge frame in which I have a Rockstar poster right now, which is, it's got Mark Wahlberg. It's the very, personally, I love the film, and I'll be watching it soon because I'm getting ready to watch FM again. And I love the movie, but the poster is such a lackluster, and the cover to the film is such a lackluster cover. And there's so many other cooler things they could have done with it, but they were trying to sell it to a whole other, a big, I get it, but I don't like it. And that's kind of we'll get into that a little bit later with Iron Maiden as well. So anyway, I'm getting ready to take it out so I can put this in that frame, but you saw that it's die cut. So there's going to be a lot of room behind it. So I thought what I would do is print out the album covers and then put those behind it. I'm still trying to decide how I want to do that. If I want to do it that way, or if I want to do a collage of the band pictures throughout the years. I don't know. There's different ways to go. So anyway, that's kind of what started it. Then I was looking for some pictures, and I found this article, which I hope I can still find it here. Let's see here. Yeah, I got it. So here it is. They do this thing, every Iron Maiden song ranked. So when I'm looking at it, I get a little nervous about these things, because you're like, okay. So what I kind of thought I would do is tell you guys about the bottom 10, and then I'll talk about the top 10, because this isn't my list. This is Loudwire. So it really doesn't matter. I can put this list I'll put the link in, and you guys can check it out. But this is in no way, shape, or form. I do have to admit, oh my God, I do have to admit this though. I'm looking what the last song on the list is. Okay, so hold on. So it's 170, at this point, it's 173 songs, right? So 173, 2, 1, 70, 69. All right, so 68, 67, 66, 65, 64. All right. So here we go. These are the bottom 10. All right. This is what they consider the end of the line for them. This is, and I think they're missing a couple things in here. I don't think I saw I've Got the Fire on this list, but I'm not sure. I keep saying I've Got the Fire. I guess it's I Got them. Whatever. Semantics. So 164 is Virus. Okay. Which is fine with me because I think the Blaze Bayley albums, I have a tough time with those. I have a real tough time with those. I was making my way through Virtual XI today and or Virtual 11, whatever you want to call it. All right. So this says 164 Virus from the Best of the Beast. All right. In 96. As if X Factor wasn't grim and harrowing enough, the standalone single that followed it took Maiden into even more hopeless anguish territory. Blaze Bayley does his best to keep the whole thing cracking along, but it's essentially a monochrome dirge with no real tune. All right. So 165 is The Apparition, which I don't know why it's that far down on the list. We'll talk about this. From Fear of the Dark in 92. One of those songs that probably seemed like a good idea at the time. The Apparition brought a staccato funk vibe to the Maiden table. Something like that. Anyway, the instrumental and solo sections are great, but the verses verge on a confused mess. I don't know about that one. Okay, so 166 is Black Bart Blues, which is on the Can I Play with Madness single from 88. The B-side to Can I Play with Madness could have been called Okay, Now I'm Playing with Madness. It's easy to imagine that after working on a heavy and proggy Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, Maiden wanted to have some lighthearted fun. This Van Halen-like jam definitely is fun and also pretty bonkers. The lyrics are about Black Bart, allegedly a suit of armor that the band picked up on their adventures, which I wonder if that's the one that Martin Birch is in on the Peace of Mind album. Somehow Bart meets a woman with a mysterious background. Don't know where she's been. Maybe she's an acrobat. Spends her evenings dancing on a pole. If that's not weird enough, Bruce Dickinson argues with a high-pitched character during this song. Oh, yeah. Just when you think that the song is finished, Nico McBrain takes over and screws around for about 2 more minutes. It's too weird to describe, but you can find the track on YouTube and check it out. All right. Black Bart Blues. 167 is 2 a.m. from X Factor from 1995. One slow, sad song too many for most fans when they reached the end of Maiden's most emotionally grueling album. All right. 168 is Justice of the Peace from X Factor. Now, this all works out just fine for me because I think most of these songs with Blaze Bayley belong at the end of the list, if you're just listing all the songs, right? So a Murray Harris co-write confined to the B-side on the second of 2 CD single versions of Man on the Edge, which is a piece of shit. It was a confusing time to be alive, folks. This fair to middling rabble-rouser is arguably more exciting than a good third of the X Factor album. Just saying. 169 is Nodding Donkey Blues, which is another extra track from Fear of the Dark in 92. I'm not going to go through all that. Burning Ambition is from the Running Free soundtrack in 1980 at 170. Easily the worst song Maiden recorded with Paul Di'Anno. It doesn't fit in with the rest of the output from that era. Okay, I'm going to have to give it another listen. 171 is I Live My Way from X Factor in 95 again. So here you go. All these X Factor songs. Only available on the 12-inch vinyl version of the Man on the Edge single, I Live My Way probably wins an award for being one of the most obscure Maiden songs. Sadly, it's not one of the most memorable. 172 is Weekend Warriors from Fear of the Dark in 92. There's one thing we didn't want from Maiden. We didn't want Iron Maiden to write a song about. It was football. They call it football. We call it soccer. Okay. Oddly enough, 173. I heard this song today and I'm like, what a piece. Okay. I don't like it. I don't like a lot of this stuff that Blaze Bayley was on. He's got no dynamic. Now, again, I don't know what it's like recording as a singer who's stepping in for Bruce Dickinson for 2 albums. Plus, evidently, because there was all these extra tracks. But it just is, it's boring. A lot of these songs they did with him are boring. They're not well produced. What they say about The Angel and the Gambler from Virtual 11 in 98. The Blaze Bayley era of Iron Maiden coincided with a massive downturn in the acceptance of 80s heavy metal. I mean, I get that, but I don't get that. The band was clearly struggling, and Angel and the Gambler is the biggest miss of their career, from the chintzy Baba O'Reilly ripoff to the cartoon soundboard orchestration to the painstakingly repetitive chorus. That's what a lot of these are with Blaze Bayley. Painstakingly repetitive choruses. Just put that on all of them. That goes for 3 minutes more than it should have. Now, on to better things. So anyway, that is so they work their way up the list. So you can tell it's a long list. So it's going to take me a second. I got to find the bar. There it is. I can find the bar on the side of the screen here. All right. So here's the top 10 from Loudwire. And I can just list them because you know what they are. I don't have to read anything about them. They do say, though, it's the motherlode, the pinnacle, the greatest of them all. Steve Harris's immortal tale of a man awaiting his fate. That's right, folks. They say number 1 is Hallowed Be Thy Name from Number of the Beast in 1982. Number of the Beast title track is at number 2 from 1982. Inspired by the dark dreams of moonlit satanic rituals, Steve Harris had just watched Damien the Omen 2 when he wrote it. All right. Number 3 is one of my all-time favorites. And the author, I believe, is a distant relative to my wife, I think. The original piece was written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and you know what I'm talking about. At number 3 is Rime of the Ancient Mariner from Powerslave in 1984. That's gonna come up more. I'll tell you more about that later. Number 4, title track to Killers from 1981. There is no doubt Paul Di'Anno would have struggled with Maiden's post-Killers material, but on the band's second title track, the gruff Londoner excelled himself, they say. Number 5 is Phantom of the Opera from Iron Maiden, their first album in 1980. Phantom of the Opera is arguably the first bona fide epic that Steve Harris attempted. Number 6 is Power Slave, the title track from Power Slave in 1984. Written by Bruce Dickinson, the title track of the album that propelled Iron Maiden into superstar territory is one of the band's most wildly atmospheric efforts. Okay. Number 7, this one's a little surprising to me. I would not have put this. I'm eager to see where this one's going to land in my list. From Number of the Beast in 1982 again, Children of the Damned. Great song, don't get me wrong. There's not a clunker in the bunch. Just not sure if it's going to end up my top 10 of all of their songs. Children of the Damned, great song. Metal's relationship with horror hardly needs explaining here, but Iron Maiden's contribution to that enduring bond is routinely underestimated. There you go. Number 8 is a big one. Everybody knows Trooper from Peace of Mind in 1983, which I just don't think there's enough of Peace of Mind in this top 10, personally. An immaculate, jolting dose of heavy metal perfection. The Trooper is also a pretty weird song. All right. Well, maybe we can read a little bit more about that later. Number 9 is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that this would have made my top 10. It's a great song. Don't get me wrong. Again, Maiden fan. Okay. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son title track from 1988. The centerpiece and title track of Iron Maiden's ambitious 7th album, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, is the Phantom of the Opera of Bruce's first era. Okay. All right. And number 10 is Iron Maiden from Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden. In 1980, all the best bands have their own theme song. See also Man of War, Halloween, Iced Earth, Kiss had one, Angel had one. Yeah, trying to think of, I think, does Burning Witches have one? There's got to be other ones. I'll have to look that up. That'll be an interesting bit. But no one has ever conjured a titular rallying cry that comes close to Iron Maiden's perennial set closer. Iron Maiden is a pretty simple song with an even simpler message, but it's one that seemed to magically capture the spirit of the band's explosive early days. Amen to that. Nearly 40 years later, it still makes discerning metalheads want to drive a car through a wall. So lots of other great songs. But what I'm trying to do is I kind of thought about it after I thought about, well, how do you do that? Let's see if we got anything more in here. How do you do that is my question. How do you go through a stack of albums this tall in CD form? How do you go through that? That's one of the biggest sections I've got over there in my CD collection. And they probably remain one of the biggest sections in my vinyl collection as well. How do you get all those songs together and then pick? I mean, so I figure I've got a theory, and I'll explain it later because I don't want to tell you and then go, so I didn't do that because that was stupid. Not that it matters, but it is what it is. So anyway, so that was a big thing for me. I was like, I don't know, man. How do you do that? Also, I'm going to kind of read through this history that they've got. It's kind of a brief history. And if you don't have the history, do yourself a favor and get out there and order it. I ordered mine from Amazon not long ago. I'm sure it's still out here. The Iron Maiden DVD. Let's put that out there. So let's see. Where is it? What do they have? It's always interesting for me to look at this now and go, oh, I didn't know that existed. And if you haven't checked it out, I have the comic books as well. I'm into that. And let's see what they got here. Boy, I'm not seeing anything DVD wise at all, even though I put that in and they have DVDs. Oh, well, nonetheless, if you have never checked it out, check out their video where it goes through the history of Iron Maiden. And then the second part of it is with Live After Death. It makes a 2-disc set, and it's so worth buying. And I still don't know why I'm barely getting into DVDs here. They show me the comic books. They show me all kinds of stuff on Amazon here, but they're not showing me all the DVDs. And now I'm seeing a Firefall DVD and Striper and Alice Cooper. Where's the Maiden stuff? Come on, you guys. They did have Iron Maiden like the first 10 years. Let me see if I could put that in here. And that's a whole other deal. And I have it on DVD and I've got it on Laserdisc. and it's pretty cool too. So a lot of the same footage. And then I also had stuff that they did like on MTV and things like that. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. But yeah, I would be interested if there's any other Maiden heads out there. Let me know what you guys think. We should do a breakdown of the records as well. So that's kind of why this is the beginning. It's kind of the jumping off point with that kind of interesting thing. And I'll put the link. Did I already put the link to the list? I don't think so. I think I put a link to the thing, but not the list. Where is it? Come on. Just had it. Can't find it. I don't know where it went. This is really fun. Oh, here. Is this it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'll put the link to this out there. And just scroll down and you'll be able to find it. Scroll down and you'll be able to see all the songs out there. There you go. Now let's do the unboxing. As I mentioned, it's kind of a busy time. I'm back at work. You've already heard that excuse. I've been talking about that before. Drew, what's up? Great. Yes, thank you. Great recommendation stuff is what I like to do. Then let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see what we got. I know some of this. I know one of these is maybe something I should have opened for tonight, but it's okay. I'll have it available when we're on Go Game Go. So I bought this pack of rock stickers. And of course, well, I can't say that. There's Arctic Monkeys. I kind of like Arctic Monkeys. Linkin Park and Nirvana, not a fan. But that's all right. Somebody is, and I can pass them on. But I got this pack of stickers. Let's take a look and see what we got. All right, so you saw the first one there. There's some Ozzy stickers. I ordered these on Amazon. It's just a pack. Sabotage Camelot Rhapsody. That's a winner sheet right there. Oh, look at this one. Got Metallica from the Reload-ish kind of days. Load and Reload, Megadeth. Actually, look at that. That Megadeth. That is like right when I got into them was that album, because that was when this next one is outstanding. Because that's when they put out Dread and the Fugitive Mind. That's really when I got into Megadeth. Look at this one. Boston, Chicago, Kansas. That's a cool one. Oh, here you go. All right, we have Destruction, Sodom, and Creator. Not any of my favorites, but, you know. Oh, boy, another winner there. Avril Lavigne's probably my favorite one on there. Nickelback, Paramore. Okay. Another Arctic Monkeys and another Linkin Park, and it looks like some Green Day-ish kind of thing there. What do we have here? Oh, there's a great one. Look at this one. This is classic rock. Asia, Uriah Heep, Wishbone Ash. Holy shnikes. Oh, and here's a great one. Stones, Sabbath, Zeppelin. All three bands, you can know who they are by just saying the last word in their name. Oh, here you go. No, another Uriah Heep. And Thin Lizzy and Pink Floyd. Oh, wow. This last one on here, I'll do the same thing. Testament, Black Label Society, Annihilator. Annihilator is the band that did one of my favorite metal songs as of late, King of the Kill. Check that out. All right, here's some more great classics. We got Queen, we got Doors and Beatles. Oh, ZZ Top, Nazareth, and Alice Cooper. These are great. Oh, wow. Van Halen, Def Leppard, Motley Crue. Also, I'll do another thing here coming up really fast. I'll do a lightning news flash because I have to talk about the Sammy Hagar show I saw the other night. There's a great classic. There you go. AC/DC, Pink Floyd, Kiss. These were like $8.99. Oh, wow. I know I'm saying that a lot, but look, Crocus, MSG, and Scorpions. Not the Scorpions, just Scorpions. Okay. Meh. Oasis, Radiohead, Kurt Cobain. Not my thing. Oh, here's one. Rock and Roll Over. There you go. And a Bon Jovi and a Guns N' Roses. Let's see. Wow. Rush. Yes. And Grand Funk Railroad. Oh, I love this one. Look at this. Gamma Ray, Stradivarius, and Edguy. What a great set that is. Oh, come on. It just gets better. Look at this one. Judas Priest, Wasp, Saxon. Holy shnikey right there, man. That's killer. Okay, do I not get this one? 30 Seconds to Mars. Okay. And Green Day and Placebo. Yeah, you know. Well, one of these is not like the others. Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, and U2. I'm not saying that I don't like one. Just U2. Whoops. Oh, here's a great one. Well, you know, one of these is not my favorite at all, but hey, they're huge. Anthrax, Slayer, and Exodus. I'm not a Slayer fan. I do like Exodus. Oh man, look at this one. Loving it. Oh, and it's the last one. It's got something. Another one where it's like, well, this last one is like such a weird put together. I don't know if they did it graphically so that they fit on there. Anyway, Dream Theater, Rush, and Deep Purple. And look at this one. Iron Maiden, Skillet, and Aerosmith. That's kind of wild. Oh man, there's some great ones in there. Really loving that. How the hell U2 got on there? This and many more questions are all right here on Hammer Away. Fear not, there's always something to question. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oops, I dropped one. All right, I don't remember. Oh, I know what this is. This is the one. You know what? Should I save this? I'll save that for Go Game Go. So we'll have two here, and then we'll wrap this up for today. Look what I got. This could have been on Go Game Go as well, but it really fits this show as well. So I think I was at one point aware that this existed. And then I forgot, and then I was reminded, and I found probably what I figured was the best price for it. So this is a game. It's very rock and roll though. The theme song is a classic rock hit, and by Joe Walsh. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It's a game based on a movie. And I bought it for the Xbox. I do still have my Xbox. That's the only thing I ever bought. Xbox is the original. And but this is such a and it's rock and roll because it was parodied by Twisted Sister. Does anybody know what I'm talking about yet? Let's put it this way. It came out just after, no, at the same time. Well, they filmed it, I guess, when it was, so it did come out just after. I had picked out some films years ago to watch. I've got a library. So I picked out some films, and I picked out this one, The Warriors. That's what I got. And I picked out Foul Play. And how weird was it that when next time you see the Warriors, when they're on the run and they go up the stairs into one of the subway stations, there's a poster for Foul Play right there on the wall. It's kind of wild. So the Warriors. Yeah. Twisted Sister, the song was In the City by Joe Walsh, and also Eagles did it. I mean, they put it on their records. And then Twisted Sister had Come Out and Play, and it starts with the clinking bottles and everything. Warriors come out to play. That guy, he's that actor, man. I wonder what he's doing now. Is he still around? We got to look him up. Shall we look him up? I got to see what's going on. I wish I had I wish I could show you a picture. Warriors. I got to remember what that guy's name is. Let's see. Movie. Let's put in movie. Cast. Because that same guy then would be cast in, there he is, David Patrick Kelly as Luther. Hey, looking scruffy these days. But he would end up in 48 Hours, and he would play, what was his name in there? Man, that looked like it hurt. What was it? Okay, wait, that says Luther too. What was it? I don't get it. It wasn't, certainly his name wasn't Luther in both movies. Was it? That's kind of weird. So anyway, but he was in 48 Hours, played great character. The Eddie Murphy slammed that door open. Oh man, you okay? That looked like it really hurt. Loved it. So anyway. Okay, guys. So there you go. Check us out on Go Game Go tonight. I'll be back on the air there with Go Game Go at 7 o'clock. In the meantime, we're going to wrap it up here. And I'm going to get something to eat because at work I don't eat too much, and I need some sustenance. So anyway, let's get this thing going. So another cool thing is I've got some news coming up down the line. Doing it. I'll give you an update whenever it's available. All right, guys. In the meantime, enjoy your evening. Have a great one. And remember, when you step out the door every day, you're in everybody else's world. They're not in yours. So if you're thinking about listening to your phone out loud at the store with a podcast or something, don't. Even if it's me, don't. Oh, speaking of the Warriors.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? Take it easy, guys.